What is the difference between wrongful death and negligence in New York? When someone suddenly loses a loved one due to an accident, the pain is overwhelming, especially when that loss could have been prevented. In New York, understanding how wrongful death and negligence differ is important for grieving families looking to take legal action and find closure. The law behind wrongful death and negligence. Wrongful death and negligence are closely connected, but they serve different legal purposes. Negligence is the failure to exercise reasonable care, which leads to injury or harm. A wrongful death claim, on the other hand, arises specifically when that negligent act results in someone's death. New York law defines wrongful death as a fatality caused by a wrongful act, neglect, or default. A personal representative of the deceased, not just any family member, must file the claim. The law requires proving that the decedent had dependents, that the defendant's conduct caused the death, and that the family suffered financial hardship as a result. Negligence in this context must be unintentional, unlike criminal acts where intent is involved. When proven, the negligent party may be held financially responsible for losses like funeral costs, medical bills, and lost income. What is the difference between wrongful death and negligence in New York? The key distinction is that negligence refers to careless behavior, while wrongful death is the legal action taken when that carelessness leads to a fatality. Essentially, negligence is a cause, and wrongful death is the legal consequence when the worst outcome occurs. Wrongful death cases may stem from medical malpractice, accidents, or even criminal actions. In rare situations, claims can be pursued under strict liability, such as in defective product cases, without needing to prove traditional negligence. In New York, not everyone can file a wrongful death claim. Only a court-appointed personal representative, typically the executor of the deceased's estate, can do so. That representative must also oversee how awarded damages are distributed to family members. What is a wrongful death claim under New York law? A wrongful death claim serves as a legal avenue to help families manage the financial burden following a loved one's untimely passing. These claims are not about assigning a monetary value to life or grief. Instead, they focus on easing the economic impact. To be valid, a wrongful death claim must show that the responsible party's negligent or intentional conduct caused the death, that the deceased had surviving relatives, and that those relatives suffered financially. Evidence must be thorough, ranging from medical records and autopsy reports to statements and recordings. Damages awarded in wrongful death cases typically include funeral expenses, lost wages, and the value of services the deceased would have provided. However, New York does not allow recovery for emotional pain or loss of companionship. Punitive damages may be awarded in cases involving extreme misconduct, not as compensation but to punish the wrongdoer. Both wrongful death and survival claims can be pursued in New York. A survival claim allows the estate to recover for the deceased's pain, suffering, and medical expenses prior to death. Filing both claims ensures that both the family's loss and the decedent's own experience are acknowledged. The statute of limitations for wrongful death claims in New York is generally 2 years from the date of death. However, exceptions apply, particularly for cases involving medical malpractice or criminal acts. Consulting a lawyer early on is important to protect the right to file. For families coping with loss and seeking justice, navigating these legal channels is not easy. An attorney can provide clear guidance on how wrongful death law works in New York and what steps need to be taken. A law firm with experience in this area can make a difference. If you're ready to pursue accountability and financial support after a tragedy, contact L Sanchez Law Office, PC. Call 646-701-7990 or visit us at 3763 83rd Street, 1 meter, Jackson Heights, New York, 11372, United States to schedule your free consultation today.